I stand here in front of you every Sunday. Everything I tell you is the truth. I will never, ever tell something that's slanted or untrue. I'll never be manipulative toward you. I'll never tell you a half-truth.
New Life Church in Colorado Springs says its lead pastor resigned following allegations he knew about sexual abuse at a church in Texas.
Everything I tell you is the truth.
A motion filed in a Texas lawsuit says Boyd knew.
Who was on the elder board in 2007? It was Brady Boyd. He was a Gateway elder.
The senior pastor of New Life Church, Brady Boyd, has resigned from his position.
Some downfalls come quietly, but not this one. This one came with emails, affidavits, and a resignation. Robert Morris is finally being exposed, and he's not going down by himself. He's pulling everyone who stood beside him into the fire, and right there with him is Pastor Brady Boyd of New Life Church. I didn't expect this twist, but here we are, watching a man who fought to keep his pulpit now scrambling to defend his name. Brady loved that church. He gave it his life. But sometimes, loyalty to the wrong man can cost you everything. Because of being close to Robert Morris, that's like standing on a ticking time bomb, and when it finally went off, Brady was standing too close. What set it off? A court motion, filed by Morris himself, and inside it, documents that blew the lid off a decades-old cover-up, names, dates, testimonies, and right in the middle of it, Brady Boyd. Then came another motion, even more detailed. This time, Morris laid out the exact moments he told Gateway Church elders about the abuse of Cindy Clemisher. But here's the twist. Brady Boyd wasn't just around back then. He'd been an elder at Gateway since 2000. According to that timeline, he would have known everything. But when the heat came down, Brady said he didn't find out until last year. That's what he told his congregation. That's what he said to the world. But one person didn't buy it. Julie Royce. She dug into the filings. And what she found changes everything. Let's hear it, straight from her.
Robert Morris filed a motion, and the motion was essentially to disqualify attorney David Middlebrook as an attorney for Gateway Church. And the argument there, Robert Morris is saying, hey, listen, David Middlebrook was actually representing me when Cindy Clemisher, for example, was coming to me and accusing me of sexual her, and he was helping advise both me and the elders about how to handle this. And so since he's represented me actually in this issue or related issue, he can't possibly now be representing Gateway Church in this lawsuit that they're defending themselves against, that I'm bringing against them. So again, another argument. It's gross and disgusting, but it holds water. I mean, in a lot of ways you have to say, well, he's probably right that David Middlebrook should not be representing Gateway Church and should be disqualified. So in this motion that was filed on May 30th were a lot of documents, a lot of emails and exhibits that shed light on who knew what when it came to Robert Morris's abuse of Cindy Clemisher.
Once those documents came to light, Brady Boyd's story started to unravel. He could stand in front of the church. He could say, I didn't know. But the evidence said otherwise. And then, just like that, the headlines hit. The resignation was official.
Senior pastor of New Life Church, Brady Boyd, has resigned from his position. New Life is one of the largest churches in Colorado Springs. The elders of the church told congregants this evening that they did not believe Boyd when he said he did not know a former pastor that he worked with. They say they asked Boyd to resign, and he did so on Wednesday.
That wasn't just a resignation, it was a forced exit. His own elders called him out, said he wasn't telling the truth, said they couldn't trust him anymore. And under all that pressure, Brady Boyd sat down, not in private, not quietly, but in front of his entire church. The weight was written all over him, the stress, the damage, the desperation. He didn't preach, he pleaded for them to believe that he didn't know, that no one told him Cindy Clemisher was just 12, that he would never protect a predator. So let's hear it. Let's listen to how Brady tried to explain it all from the hot seat.
As your pastor, I want you to know something about me. When I stand here in front of you every Sunday, everything I tell you is the truth. I will never, ever tell something that's slanted or untrue. I'll never be manipulative toward you. I'll never tell you a half-truth. 18 years ago, you voted for me to be your senior pastor, and I've been the honor of my life. Our church now has a stellar reputation in town. It was not true 18 years ago. It was a messy place. It was a scandal. It was on the front page of every newspaper. It's been my mission for all these years to rebuild the broken walls of New Life Church, and I think we've done that. And I want to share this with you today. An article came out on Friday and made some really ugly accusations about me that kind of went national. It came to light that Robert Morris had sexually assaulted a 12-year-old girl for 4 straight years. And he admitted to a 4-year relationship that started when he was 20 years old. The girl, Cindy Clemenshire, was 12 years old when the abuse started, and it happened for 4 years until he was 24 and she was 16. They found out, they heard in an interview with a family member that Cindy was 12 years old. I didn't know that, but the search committee didn't tell me. And so I made Robert an overseer of the church. And I want to say something to you this morning. Knowing what I know now, I absolutely regret that. And I'm sorry that I ever gave confidence to a person that had an obvious evil thing happening in his life. That I just want to tell you, I'm so sorry that first of all, I did not know, but I would never, ever put a known pedophile in a place of authority in this church. Never would I ever do that to you, ever. I want you to know that. I stand before you as a blank slate, an open heart before you every Sunday. And I would not be able to sleep at night if I was not being honest and a person of integrity in front of you.
The room clapped, some cried, and for a moment, it looked like Brady Boyd had convinced them. I didn't know. I would never protect a predator. I would never lie to you. He said all the right things. He looked them in the eye. He said the words with conviction. But the elders behind him, they weren't clapping. They were watching, and they knew something the congregation didn't. They had the full picture, the emails, the court filings, the years of quiet knowledge Brady Boyd had carefully left out of his speech. Because the truth is, he was told. Back in 2007, as a Gateway elder, Brady Boyd was copied on emails that named Cindy Clemenshire and confirmed her age, 12. And yet, he stood before his church and said, "I didn't know." The elders couldn't let that stand, so just days later they took the stage themselves, and they told the truth.
Recently, Brady has insisted that he was unaware until 2024 that Clemenshire was 12 years old at the time of Morris's abuse in 1980. We believe that to be inaccurate. Brady also made statements in a public address to the congregation on June 8th that the Board of Elders knows to be inaccurate. Brady had nothing to do with Robert Morris's abuse. Still, we believe that trust is the currency of leadership. When Brady recently told our congregation inaccurately he was unaware of certain details regarding Morris's past abuse, trust was broken, and the elders asked Brady to resign. This is the time of mixed emotions. We are grieving as a church. We are grateful for Brady's service, and we pray for justice and healing for the Clemenshire family. We deeply regret our association with Robert Morris. At the same time, we are filled with hope for the future and believe that God will continue to do great things here at New Life Church.
You don't always see the fallout right away. Sometimes it builds quietly until it explodes. And when it does, it doesn't just hit the guilty, it crushes everyone who helped hide the truth. That's where we are now, not just with Robert Morris, but with the men who stood beside him. Brady Boyd didn't commit the abuse, but he knew. And that silence, that protection, it made him part of it. The evidence was there, the timeline was clear, the elders knew it, and that's why they pulled the plug. Brady dreamed of staying at New Life for another 10 years. He had plans, a platform, a legacy, but all of that came crashing down because he chose loyalty to a man over truth for a church. And Robert Morris, he's not going quietly, he's pulling everyone who ever covered for him into the flames. It's tragic, but it's also a warning. When sin is left to rot in secret, it grows into something monstrous. And when it finally surfaces, it destroys everything in its path. Just look around. Brady Boyd, Michael Tate, the Newsboys, churches, bands, pastors, all caught in the fallout, not because they sinned, but because they covered it. You can't run from the truth forever. And once it breaks through, it doesn't just whisper, it roars. If you're still protecting the lies, your time is coming. Thanks for watching. If this truth matters to you, speak it, share it, and don't look away. There's more coming, and we'll be here to uncover every last piece of it.